he exclaimed while stifling his laughter, quote, you cannot, in all reasonableness, in this day and age, believe such stories. And so thank you, Pope Francis. It's high time Muslims did the same thing and moved from a literal definition of burning fire to a more humane, humanistic, and metaphorical chastisement. This is what he said. This is an individual who used to once be with Al-Muhajirun, Hizb ut-Tahrir, was extreme, ideologically extreme. He was imprisoned in Egypt. He had his epiphany, he said, while imprisoned, and Amnesty International or one of these advocacy groups petitioned to have him released. He came back to the UK. He shunned and eschewed those extreme views, and then he swung right across to the other end of the pendulum and firmly stuck there with these liberally extreme views where he is right now, where he's questioning, he's doubting, he's mocking a pillar of faith, not only for the Muslims, but the Christian Catholic belief that moving away from extremism of any kind is something that we all encourage. But this pendulum swing that has taken place with him and many others who have said they've come they call themselves formers in the UK now, former extremists, former radicals. And you've got individuals who were never extreme, who are claiming that mantle because it is viewed upon favorably by government. And government, for example, will now start paying attention to you and start saying, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to fund you. We want you to come in and speak to extremists because it resonates with you. And the issue is this: what they've missed out is that middle spectrum that I've highlighted in both of those frameworks. Those, like the Salafis, who've never been extreme, have always been in the middle, fighting extremism on either side of the spectrum. But now they want to go from this pendulum swing characteristic of individuals who still haven't finished their journeys, even though they may have moved towards the liberal extremism away from the religious extremism they once espoused.
And they have an agenda, as we see those organizations, like you mentioned, Quilliam and others. They have an agenda. They want to make kufr mainstream amongst the Muslims, so we can just, and that might not be they don't actually probably think, hey, let's make everybody disbelieve, but instead, let's get everyone to embrace our vision, our ideology. And I want to mention where the source of some of their ideology. This is a quick paragraph, quick statement. Safi, he says this in the book. He says, living in the 21st century, I urge Muslims to consider that it is no longer sufficient to study only the Quran and Hadith. Then he says, in addition to these essential founts of wisdom, they're just founts of wisdom, we need to be conversant with Rumi and Ibn Arabi, and this is the Ibn Arabi that had many Ahl made takfir of, okay, for the statements of kufr and saying he was Allah. Come on, if that's not kufr, what Islam do you have left if you can't distinguish that between, shirk, between tawheed? Plato, he said Plato, Ibn Sina, Ghazali, and Hazrat Ali, radiallahu ta'ala, Chomsky, Bob Dylan, and Bob Marley.